Thank you. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand in the reaction tab. Also, what would be your thoughts on the main topics? Root canals, crowns, veneers, implants. What do you want to say about root canals, crowns, veneers, and implants that we might not hear from our regular dentist? Is there anything that you have to say that's different than what they might say?
Oh, yeah. Root canals are a big one. In fact, I saw somebody a long time ago talk about root canals, but it's interesting. I was just talking with a provider that we use what's called a cone beam CT scan. So if anybody has not heard of this, it's a specialized CT scan that allows us to see teeth and bones and the head and the neck and everything in 3 dimensions, things we could never see before. And that has opened our eyes in dentistry. Unfortunately, not enough, but those of us who are looking has opened our eyes to really what's happening in the jawbone when a tooth has had a root canal. And we couldn't see it. I have a patient that I'll always remember. She was complaining about an old root canal that she'd had. And it's a common complaint. They'll say, it just never felt right. Ever since the root canal was done, it just didn't feel right. She kept just pointing right here, it just didn't feel right. So I took a regular dental x-ray and I said, it looks fine. And any dentist looking at it would have said the same thing. It looks fine. It looks fine. But I had just gotten my new cone beam CT scan machine. So I said, let's just take one just to be certain. I'm just curious to see, when we see 3-dimensionally, what's really going on in the bone, what's happening. She had a nickel-size hole in her jawbone that had spread over the adjacent tooth as well, that was full of infection. It was an absolute massive abscess, and I could not see it on my traditional dental x-ray at all. And that day was the day that I decided I will take a cone beam CT scan on every single patient, because I cannot see it with a traditional dental x-ray. And this is why I believe that this isn't talked about as much as it should be inside of dentistry. Well, 2 reasons. Number one, because they can't see it unless they're taking this kind of imaging, this really state-of-the-art imaging, they can't see it. But number 2, also, it's a little bit of admitting our own fault. Dentists are the ones who do root canals. And so it's kind of hard to say, boy, we did a whole bunch of them and maybe there was a problem. But what we're seeing now on these cone beam CT scans is that the tooth can't ever be completely cleaned. So there's dead tissue left inside of the tooth all the way up and down. Can't be completely cleaned, which initiates an immune reaction, because dead tissue always attracts bugs. So the bugs, the body has to fight them, has to do something about it, initiates an immune reaction. Eventually, the body gets distracted fighting something else, oftentimes chronic disease that's led to because of this immune reaction from the tooth, and the tooth then gets a new abscess around the end of it. And we think, wow, this just failed. The root canal failed. No, the immune system failed because it's been fighting too long, and the procedure itself, the root canal, failed because it can't be completely cleaned. So we see so much correlation between chronic disease, overall body fatigue, body issues, because it's dealing with chronically infected teeth that we just couldn't see.
Root canals have been tried back to Egyptian days, and through Egypt in ancient days, the Mayans. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on. And the fact of the matter is that modern root canal, which really emerged after World War II, it was the only procedure in the history of medicine where we keep something dead inside you, right? Basically, we devitalize the tooth, major pulp, and and people don't realize that a tooth is a living, breathing organ. It has a circulatory system, a nervous system, a lymphatic system, a skeletal system. I mean, there is fluid flow and dynamic activity that goes on in dental tubules. This is an organ. And in Chinese medicine, they recognize that every tooth is energetically connected. And this is actually recently, they have actually found neurovascular bundles from in the fascia going to different organ systems. So meridian flow, which is energy flow in the body, has now been identified in the fascia level, right below your skin. That's why acupuncture needles just go so deep right into the fascia. And every tooth is energetically connected to an organ system in different parts of the body. The very, very notorious connections, and probably the biggest numbers of connections, are also the largest numbers of roots of these teeth, are the maxillary molars, which are connected to the breast, the thyroid, the pancreas, the stomach, all of this stuff. And, the idea that the human body regulates and heals on multiple levels, not just microbial. Doctors are used to the body regulating and healing on a microbial level, right? You have an infection, we clear it up for you. And that's not true. The human body has the divine capacity to regulate and heal. That's one of the wonderful things about our body, is that we can regulate and heal. And that regulation is made possible by this life force we have, which in Ayurvedic medicine, they call it prana, and Chinese medicine, they call it chi. And in the Western world, we call it the spirit. And in biologic medicine, we call it the field. And that field is through our connection from the very, very top of our head to the source. And we call that the Antakarana bridge in Hinduism, and we call it the Christ connection, Christ consciousness. And that is plugging the Tesla in the wall for our body to regulate and heal. Now, we dysregulate when we dysregulate on 5 levels: biologic, biochemical, energetic, psycho-emotional, and spiritual, which is the last 2 are really poorly understood in Western medicine. A lot of other systems of medicine do recognize it. But when you dysregulate energetically, you affect the body's ability to regulate and heal. This dysregulates your autonomic nervous system, dysregulates your immune system, and is a major source of chronic inflammation and toxicity to the human body. So when I came out of dental school, I thought root canals, where I was taught root canals, we quote unquote save the tooth. And as I have progressed through each decade of dental practice, and I'm entering, I'm over 40 years, I'm going to be 41 years in June. Now I recognize that modern endodontics has been a major contributor to chronic inflammation and dysregulation of the immune system in many cases. When a root canal is first done, the damage is minimal, but as that tooth, anything dead decomposes, necrosis. It's called necrosis. And anything dead does that. And it's a process. And many times, there are dentists who take out root canal teeth. They break into little crumbled pieces. The tooth is black. And, we still think it's okay because it's in the head and we got a pretty crown on top of it. And the reality is that those days are over. I think the future of endodontics is in pulpal regeneration. The future of teeth is going to be in stem cell regeneration. There are so many more exciting new regenerative therapies that are emerging in medicine and dentistry, which needs to come together, that are going to make life a lot better for a lot of people. We have to let go of some failed practices in the past. And root canal is really on the top of the list.